Hi, my name is Sierra Downs. I'm a speech language pathologist and I specialize in voice and swallowing disorders, as well as gender affirming voice and communication training. I own and operate my private practice, Veritas Voice and Speech, where I service adults and young adults with both voice and swallowing disorders, as well as aphasia and accent modification. So I'm also working all over the state of Vermont. I provide mobile fees services through Green Mountain Swallowing Diagnostics. I also work at a local critical access hospital, seeing folks through our outpatient center, as well as our ICU and med-surg units, and through Dartmouth Hitchcock at our local cancer center. So I'm all over the place. One of my favorite ways to provide services is through telehealth. I've found that clients and patients are especially appreciative of the lack of need to travel, to not only take the time to do that, but also spend the money on transportation. Some clients that I'm seeing and patients, especially through the cancer center, are traveling upwards of 2+ hours just to get to the clinic to see me and maybe one other provider. And with the intense weather here in Vermont, that can be a big barrier. So we've seen a much better improvement in actually adhering to appointments and schedules. And because of that, there have been more improvement. So the research efficacy is also there in terms of providing telehealth and having patients improve during their sessions compared to in person. It's equivalent. And, folks are just in their environment that they're comfortable in, which speaks volumes. A lot of my voice patients, and especially voice clients through my private practice, they're in a space where they're comfortable exploring their voice and creating different sounds where they may not be comfortable doing that in a clinic setting. And because of that, I've definitely noticed improvements, especially with certain clients. They're just more comfortable using their voice and really making gains in that way. In terms of the user interface of telehealth, different telehealth systems, I really appreciate the way that HiTalk has designed their platform. It's not only easy on my end to schedule patients, moving forward, but I'm also able to schedule patients or clients if they're, if I'm seeing them for accent modification and they're in a different time zone. It's 24-hour scheduling. So that's really nice. I also really appreciate the fact that if I've had any kind of feedback for HiTalk from an SLP specific standpoint, they've been incredibly receptive to changing things to make things more user-friendly or just make more sense for a speech pathologist. I'm able to record snippets of a session and send those recordings directly to a client so that they can review exactly what we went over during a session to practice throughout the week. And I've been loving that feature. I've also, as a private practitioner, the cost of using a platform that is HIPAA compliant has been a big barrier initially as a sole practitioner. But HiTalk has made that very easy, and it's definitely reasonable for being HIPAA compliant. I know initially during the pandemic, those restrictions were loosened in terms of HIPAA compliance, but I still did not want to take that risk of having my patients' or clients' data compromised. So HiTalk was a great option for me, and it continues to be. I look forward to providing SLP services through telehealth and through HiTalk moving forward, even once this pandemic is over. And I really enjoy not having to wear my N95 mask during telehealth sessions. It's a nice little break for me. So yeah, thanks.